So we got a little update on the T. Higgins situation. Well, T. Higgins contract extension. And no, it's not what this is posted on the screen right here. We got some things to talk about. So starting off right away, this is what sparked all the talk last night. Obviously, Adam Schefter went ahead and released the Joe Burrow's contract during Thursday Night Football. Someone leaked it to him, and then he posted it on his Twitter. Now, after he posted it, he actually posted this tweet. Joe Burrow is the first of three core offensive extensions that the Bengals have prioritized. The others, T. Higgins is going to the final year of his deal. Jamar Chase becomes extension eligible next offseason. So once he posted that, this sparked some, questions. Questions around the NFL. Questions from fan bases, from Who Dey Nation. Wait, does that mean T's getting his contract sometime soon? Does that mean T's going to get, signed? Were they waiting to release, Joe Burrow's contract and then they're going to release T. Higgins? This started to spark so many different questions. So many, in fact, ESPN decided, well, let's cut all the bullcrap. Let's go directly to the source. So they went and asked T. Higgins about the whole idea. As it says right here, on Friday, wide receiver T. Higgins talked about the likelihood of getting a new contract extension on his rookie deal that expires at the end of the season. A source with knowledge of the situation told ESPN that a long-term deal at any point this season appears unlikely for Higgins. When asked if he expected negotiations to ramp up before Sunday's Week 1 game against the Cleveland Browns, Higgins said, "I have no clue. My job is to come in every day and do what I do best. Work and catch the ball from number 9. And he left it as that. He left it at that. But then we got another update. We got another update from another news source that is very, very close to the situation. And that news source said this. Kelsey Conway. Yeah, you probably heard of her. T. Higgins and Bengals are not close / never got close on a contract extension. Per a source with knowledge of the situation, unless something shocking happens in the next 24 hours, a long-term extension is not expected to happen before Sunday. And that is definitely very, very bad news, right? Because what this means is this is probably not happening for a couple weeks at least. Probably not a couple weeks, maybe up to a month. We'll have to wait and see. But this is definitely going to happen during the NFL season. Now, keep in mind that as T has said many times, he is not involved in this contract talk. He's not involved in the negotiation period. His job, as he said many times throughout the offseason, is to go out there and play football and do what's best for him. Feel the best, work out the best, and play the best. He has an agent for a reason. His agent is the one taking care of this. Just like Joe Burrow's agent, the same concept for T's agent. They're not worried. He's not worried about this contract. At the end of the day, what ends up happening is his agent talks to the Bengals. The Bengals come back, and his agent comes back and says, "Hey T, this is what they're offering," and they kind of go back and forth. Now, what scares me is the fact that they're not even close, because they've been working on this extension now. My guess would be since training camp started. And at least with Joe, based on sources, they were always somewhat close, but they just weren't at the dot yet. So, they were always like this, back and forth, trying to figure out the contract. But they at least had an idea, and they were on the same ground, right, for the contract. According to Kelsey Conway here, they were never even close. And that most likely means, again, speculation here, complete speculation, that T wants a lot of money. He wants a lot. And he knows his value. And he knows how much he's worth. He knows he's worth, again, probably $30 million a year. Now, does that mean we're not going to get him back or sign him? Absolutely no. Or, because what this could mean, and again, like I said, this is all speculation. Take everything I say here with a grain of salt, because I did make a video earlier today saying I think we will bring him back. And I'm putting out points on why we will bring him back. But what this means is the Bengals might have offered him a contract or tried to get him to do a contract that was very, very team friendly, if you know what I mean. He's not going to be making the money he deserves, is pretty much what I'm saying. So, that might be the whole situation that's going on there. Again, like I said, there's so many different loose ends going on here, and obviously we don't have T's side of the story. We don't have anyone else's side. We just have these leakers and the leaked information. According to these sources, though, I mean, they are very close to the situation, so I do believe them. But I'll be interested to see how this ends up going. My guess is the Bengals are coming in with this contract way too low. And in all honesty, it's such a weird situation to be in for Cincinnati side. Because I understand both sides, right? T wants to get what he deserves. T wants to get the money that he deserves to get. But the Bengals are looking at it like, listen, we got to keep you, but then we also got to give Jamar Chase probably $34 million a year next year. So we can't, we're going to have to do all this together. And there's a whole entire, dilemma here because obviously I think T probably has a contract he wants, or he has a number he wants, his agent does. And the Bengals are like, no. We got Jamar Chase. You can't have that much. And again, it's going to be a back and forth type scenario. And based on what I've heard from many different GMs when it comes to contract negotiations, this is normal. You might not even be close on a contract at all. And then over the next month or so, you get close. Because then what ends up happening is, one side either goes up or one side comes down. And you slowly start inching together more and more and more. And throughout the season, especially once the season starts, that's when you get closer and closer. So my guess is, and again, this is my expectation/prediction. Because we're nowhere close to it right now, this means that it's going to happen during the season, right? My guess is by week 7 or 8, this contract gets done. Reason why I say that, it's right before the trade deadline. So I think they're going to try to get this contract done right before the trade deadline. They're not going to trade him at all in any way possible. Because keep in mind, they could always franchise tag him if they wanted to. And franchise tag him would give him $25 million, which would be more than probably what he's asking for. But I think they're going to try to get done right before the trade deadline. And again, this is going to be a back and forth all year long. But with them working this contract, right, probably means they're not going to get a contract done with DJ Reader. Probably means that Cheeto, I think they'll come back with a very small contract. But some of these other guys, yeah, it's going to be up in the air. So, again, like I said, not huge problem, but kind of sucks that they're nowhere close to a contract. I think a lot of people expected and was excited to think, oh, Joe gets his contract and now T gets his. But it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.